After generating over $10 million in Google ad sales for my own brands and my clients' brands, I can tell you the number one reason why most Google ad accounts fail, and it's not what you think. It's not the platform, it's not your product, and it's not your budget. The truth is, most accounts are set up incorrectly from day one, and having a strong foundation in Google ads is extremely important. In this video, I'm going to share with you the exact step-by-step audit process I take for new D2C brands, as well as my own brands with Google ads. And I'm going to show you areas that not many people look at that's also very important for optimizing. So this is going to be very helpful for a lot of you guys. So make sure you have a pen and paper or pull out a note app and make sure you take notes in this video. All right, let's get into the doc. First section is the real reason why Google ads doesn't work. And I say doesn't work in quotations because a lot of people's reasoning behind it is BS, right? So most people blame Google ads when campaigns fail. Then, oh, Google ads is expensive. It doesn't work for my niche. Facebook is better, which is hilarious in my opinion. But this is the reality behind why they feel like it doesn't work. The account is set up following Google's recommendations, right? Google is a for-profit business. That's very important. So they want you to spend more. They're going to try to squeeze as much out of you as possible. And also, for most brands, they don't have enough data on Google ads already. So there's no clear signals to trust Google's algorithm, right? You need to have a lot of data for Google to really print for you. That's why you always want to start with a manual approach. And I always recommend that. Furthermore, you're optimizing campaigns when a foundation is broken. And we're going to touch on this later on in the doc. It's very important. You need to fix your foundations. And this is for everything in business and life, right? So same principles apply to Google. And here's the mindset shift you need to make, right? Google ads just isn't just the problem, right? Your account structure and setup is the problem. So fix the foundation, fix your business problems, your offer, all of these things, and then trust me, things will change. Now moving on to section 2, which is arguably the biggest lesson I've learned. I've been in business for 6 years now, done very well for myself, made a lot of money, lost a lot of money, learned a lot. And I think the biggest thing is just this idea of the ecosystem reality, and there are no silver bullets. You can't view ads as a silver bullet. I think it's very important for you to screenshot this section, but pretty much, here's what many people won't tell you. If your website doesn't convert, ads won't save you. If your offer isn't compelling, more traffic just means more business. If your product market fit is off, you're just burning cash faster, right? So make sure you have the foundations in place before you even think about running ads. Think about your offer, think about your product. How is it going to help someone? Why put yourself in their shoes, put a family member in their shoes, in a customer's shoes. Like, why would they buy from you? Why would they buy from you compared to somebody else, right? And why is your product so amazing that, somebody that's not even aware of your brand will actually spend their hard-earned money for your product? And this is the analogy that made it click for me, right? So I think this is going to be really helpful for you guys. Think of it like a delivery truck. You can't blame the truck if the product inside sucks. The truck is just there to deliver the product. So apply that to your business, right? Most people try to fix the truck when the product is the problem, right? So kind of view ads as the delivery truck. Hopefully that clicked for a lot of you guys. And, most agencies miss this completely because the truth is most agencies, and I know a bunch of them, they haven't run their own brands. They just go on YouTube, learn through speaking to people, or learn through just blowing through clients' budgets. I've actually spent my own money, and I've actually done very well with myself in ecom. So it's a big difference there. So it's a difference when you're actually spending your own money and you're losing money. I took L's for 2 years straight in the beginning. So trust me, I learned a lot about cash flow management, e-commerce, how to make a store work and a product work, right? And how to run ads successfully. So this is very important. All right, here's my audit process. I feel like you guys should definitely look into it as well and apply it to your own business. And again, book a call using the first link in the description. I'll be happy to do a free audit for you, channel my 6 years of experience into your business, and I can almost guarantee you that you walk away with much more clarity on how to grow your business, especially with Google ads. So, typically when somebody comes to me with a broken Google ad account, what I do first, before I even look at the campaigns or any of that sort of thing, is look at conversion tracking. Are we even measuring the right things? Is the data clean and accurate? There's so many accounts where conversion tracking is so off, it's double reporting, it's under reporting. I mean, you don't even know if it's working or not, right? So make sure conversion tracking is planned up. Furthermore, your GMC. Not many people talk about this stuff. Very important, especially for shopping. This plays a massive role in your shopping success. So optimize your product titles, your descriptions, your overall feed quality, add your GTINs, right? Have high quality images. And remember, your Google Merchant Center is the middleman between your Shopify backend and Google Ads. This is where the information to Google Ads goes so that it understands who to target. That's the importance of having a very good feed. Another thing I like to do is look at the website and landing page because, section 2 pretty much explained why I like to do that, right? We need to understand, does the site actually convert? What's your AOV? What's your conversion rate? What's your bounce rate, right? These things are very important because ultimately you can be paying for clicks, but if Because the good thing about Google Ads is you're able to target a person's intent, like what they're searching for. You're able to target specific keywords based on what people are searching for. But like I said, ads are a delivery truck. So like we can run traffic to a landing page, but if the landing page sucks, but the intent is high, you know, you can't really blame the ads. You have to blame your offer and your messaging there. Maybe your price point. There's so many factors that go into it. And then campaign structure, only after everything else. Make sure you separate brand and non-brand. Make sure you have proper segmentation between top, middle, bottom of funnel, and don't mix cold and warm traffic, right? This is very, very important. I see a lot of people, they will literally have just a 1 PMAX campaign, put everything inside, no segmentation by bestsellers or by collections or by intent, and then they complain why ads doesn't work. I mean, there's a clear reason why it doesn't, right? All right, now let's dive into section 4, which is the campaign structure mistake that kills performance, right? So this is after you've done section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4 is where we, you know, talk about the campaigns and the nitty-gritty stuff. So like I previously just discussed, make sure you don't mix branded and non-branded traffic. I'm not going to get too technical here, but because, you know, it might overwhelm some of you guys, and there's like really good strategies you can use to segment, you know, top of funnel, middle funnel, bottom of funnel. But view this as just like a very strong overview on how to structure your account. So definitely don't mix brand and non-brand. And, you know, one easy way to do this is just exclude your branded terms. So create a negative keyword list with your branded terms and then apply that to your prospecting campaigns. Another thing is you need to have funnel segmentation, right? Top of funnel, middle funnel, bottom of funnel. And typically, I mean, there's many ways to do this. I don't want to get too technical, but this is very important, right? And as well as just funnel segmentation, make sure you have segmentation based on your hero products and your products that don't perform too well. Also, if you're running a large catalog, you know, segment by AOV, segment by price point, segment by collections. Collections is usually the best way to segment, right? Also, mistake number 3, I see a lot of people do, and it's shocking, honestly. A lot of them have auto apply turned on. Basically ensure you're just following Google's optimization suggestions. It automatically applies what it suggests. But like I said, Google's a for-profit business. It doesn't really know what's best for you. You know what's best for you, and the market knows what's best for you, right? So Google wants you to consolidate and automate. You know, you really lose control and visibility. Now, don't get me wrong. There does come a stage where you do want to consolidate, especially with certain PMAX campaigns, but that's when you have a lot of data, right? And you're really able, you want to get to a point where you're spending a lot, but you really want to segment and just, you need to view it like this. You're training the algorithm to really understand who to go after, right? If you train it from the beginning just to go after branded traffic, it's going to be hard to retrain it to go after non-branded traffic, right? So that's why you need to really structure it correctly, you know, from the beginning. And here's one client example that literally proves this. So in 2023, I had a women's health client come to me with account issues, amazing ROAS numbers, but business was struggling. And the problem here was most of it was just branded traffic, and campaign structure was a mess. Literally PMAX, broad, and everything lumped into one. There was no clear segmentation. There was no, you're not really targeting different networks. It's just one PMAX campaign, right? Which PMAX does target different networks, but for the most part, it's going to prioritize shopping and just burn budget on search and display. And literally all I done was restructure the account. At this point, it's pretty much bread and butter the way I structure accounts with Google, because I just have a proven formula that's been working so well, and it works well. So there's no point or no need for me to change it, right? I do iterate it, of course, based on the niche on the product. But after restructuring, literally revenue doubled in 6 weeks, right? And again, nothing fancy was done. It's just giving Google clear signals. And I've mentioned that many times in this video, but you need to understand, with all of these things, you really just want to kind of view it as like training a pet. You want to train Google, the algorithm, correctly. And the way you do that is by applying these things and understanding these things. So I really do hope that these things, you know, really helped you out a lot.
Look, here's the bottom line. If you're burning money with Google ads, or if you're too scared to start thinking it's expensive, the problem isn't Google ads, it's your approach to it and how you're setting things up. I've seen it 100 times. Poor conversion tracking, poor GMC feeds, poor account structures. These are the reasons why you're not finding success with Google ads. If you're a 7 or even 8-figure brand and you really need someone that doesn't just understand Google ads, understands the whole ecosystem and how Google ads plays a part for your brand's growth, trust me, I'm the guy for you. There's a link in the description to book a free audit with me. And, you know, we'll do it together live. I'll share out some pointers for your account, for your brand, and also give you a roadmap on how you can, you know, see success with your brand. The truth is, I only work with 12 brands at a time because I'm working directly with you. You know, I'm not going to just delegate your account to some VA or media buyer who doesn't know shit about, you know, Google ads or ecom, right? So make sure you book a call with me. Black Friday's around the corner. So, you know, it's a no-brainer to get started ASAP. Let me show you exactly where you're burning money.